Hello everyone, this is Ryan from Amnesty, and I'll show you Haile Selassie, or Ethiopia, what I would recommend as far as victory conditions, show you their special units and what they do, and I'll also show you the social policy I would recommend if you were to play them. So, they have the Spirit of Agua, which means the combat bonus. When fighting units from a civilization with more cities than Ethiopia is increased by 20%. So, what essentially that means is if you stay small, if you have a couple cities, even if it's 2 to 3, maybe even 1, you will have a huge bonus against anybody that is a huge dominant force in your game. You will be able to make sure that you're not conquered, which is wonderful, especially for a cultural victory, which is the number one thing I would recommend if you were to play this civilization. And secondly, if you don't want to do cultural, you could also do diplomatic, because again, you'll be small. You won't really aggravate anybody that likes to expand. You won't really need to take too many cities, so it works well in that regards as well. And the two that I really wouldn't recommend, scientific victory, it's possible, but it's very difficult to obtain, considering you're not going to have many cities. Not many cities usually means you don't have much science, so that's going to be something you struggle with to an extent. And then least is definitely domination. Domination victory is totally against what Ethiopia is all about. I mean, even their special unit will get terribly undermined when you fight another civilization. I mean, the further you move that unit away from your main city, your city capital, he's going to get degraded. He's going to not have as much strength as you want it. So it's a very poor decision if you go with domination. So anyway, I'll show you the two units that they have, the Mahal Safari and the Steli. I think that's what it is, or Stel. Anyway, so first is Mahal Safari. So the Mahal Safari will cost you 200 production. Its combat will be 34, its movement will be 2. There's a pretty good combat bonus to it. It's going to be really good when you're near the Ethiopian capital. They will just about never die, because you're going to get a combat bonus just as long as you aren't overexpanded, because you should be the only one that gets the combat bonus because you have 1 or 2 cities. With that being said, they will be close to unkillable, especially if you have it in your capital, and then there's troops surrounding your capital, from the enemy of course. Then you can attack right outside the capital, and it'll do really nice for you. Then his abilities will instantly have a drill, and also will have an air capital bonus. And again, it replaces the rifleman. It's a very nice unit. Again, you're going to want to use that to defend. If you go on the offense with the Mahal Safari, you'll be able to do some damage, but it's just going to be just as the same as a rifleman, really. It's not a smart idea to really go after things with that. So, and then the special building that they have is the Stel, or Steli. It costs 40 production. It'll give you 2 culture, 2 faith. So this also helps if you want to go towards a religious, you want to have a religion, you want to spread it, you want to get science from it, money, more culture. More culture is generally the one that you want to go with religion, if you choose to go down that line. Generally speaking, you'll have all your tiles provide more culture, or whichever. With that being said, you can easily obtain culture and win a culture victory in a landslide almost with this civilization. So, with that being said, I will show you the social policy I would recommend if you were to play Ethiopia. Before I talk about the social policy, I'll introduce you to Ethiopia's start bias. Now, this is something that probably could happen. And for these videos, I generally start on a dual type map. I don't really do big map, which maybe I should. But anyway, their start bias is generally going to be in the desert, it'll be near plains, and it's usually coastal area. Sometimes it's inland, considering, again, Ethiopia is somewhat inland of Africa. But anyway, so that's their start bias, and I will show you the social policy I would recommend if you were to play it as them. It's pretty much 2 of them. Number 1 is patronage, number 2 is piety. And it really comes down to whether or not you want to choose a religion or not. If you don't want to choose a religion, you just want to play culturally without any religion involved, you're going to go with patronage. You'll gather up to the city-states, you'll get the influence with them, degrade 25%. lower than normal. And, you'll get the science from the city-states, you'll get some gifts, this and that. Good stuff. And then if you want to go towards a piety tract, if you did want to have religion incorporated in all of this, you could do that as well. And then I would recommend, again, if you're choosing piety, you'll want to pick the religious things that give you increased culture. And why is that? Again, cultural is Ethiopia's strongest point, so you definitely want to go towards that. And if not that, perhaps science, money, and those are the two other options. Both aren't really as strong of an impact as culture would be. So, with that being said, that's going to do it for Ethiopia. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please rate, subscribe, and comment. And hope you check out my other videos. Thank you guys.